So we all know that in every relationship that you have with either a significant other or friendships, family, there has to be a little bit of give and take. We have to be flexible in the relationships. We have to be able to bend. It's not one-sided, right? We're working with another and have to adapt to another's needs just as the other person has to adapt to our needs. So what I want to talk about today is your relationship to the universe, okay? What is your relationship like to the universe right now? Are you demanding from it? Come on, man. Are you angry or bitter at it for not getting what you want in life? He'll never know what hit him. Sometimes people are even bribing the universe. Hi, universe, here, let me pour you a drink. Or are you grateful towards all the things regardless? So, I think this is an important concept whenever we are trying to better our lives, we're trying to grow, we're trying to manifest certain things into our lives, working with, say, law of attraction. A lot of times we have a poor relationship with the universe and we don't even know it. So it's almost like our gratitude has some underlying anger to it, bitterness to it, frustration to it, and we don't even realize it. So that's why we have to be aware of that in the first place. When we have a lot of shadows or we have a lot of things that we haven't dealt with, a lot of times it reflects back to us. And we might be like, well, why isn't it working out for me? All these things that I've asked for and blah, blah, blah. Here's a question. What's the most important thing in a relationship? What's the most important thing in a relationship? And don't say sex or don't say, I don't know, buying each other stuff. What is it? Honesty, right? Honesty. So if you're not honest with yourself, how do you expect the universe to be honest with you? A lot of us think we're separate from it, but we're not separate. We are literally the universe in a cup. And, a lot of people come from the angle, I'm trying to be a master of my universe. I'm either a master of it or I'm a slave to it. I'm either, I have to control it or I have to submit to it. I'm a victim to it. Please, 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 please. But that's not the case. Okay, the universe is not working for you or against you, it's working through you. We are literally a microcosm of the universe. And this all started, upon birth, really. This idea of Tao, if you've ever heard of the Tao, which is everything, it's infinite potential before birth, versus duality, when we're born. I just want to read a couple quotes for you here, okay, about the Tao. And the Tao is the complete totality that encompasses and harmonizes all opposites. In the primal state of Tao, all things are formless, existing only as potential. And this is from the book Nourishing Destiny by Lonnie Jarrett. Okay, the Tao is the state that exists before the creation of duality in the world, and as such, it precedes the creation of the ultimate duality, heaven and earth. It is the eternal, unnamed Tao that gives rise to the one, the eternal principle. So in ancient texts, in ancient Chinese medicine, for example, they talk about the Tao a lot, and from the Tao comes something called the 100 things, meaning we separate ourselves from the one true connection we have with all things. And this is why it becomes tricky. This is why we think we're separate from the cosmos and the universe. We think the universe is like this thing, but it's not this thing. It is us. So 3 major point of views that people have, which can result in a toxic relationship with their worlds and their reality and their universes. Like I said, number 1, somebody thinks they're beneath it or above it. Number 2, they think they're either victim to it or a master of it. Number 3, they think it's either against them or working for them. So I'm just repeating what I said before. This goes into stages of like prayer and hope, and while those things are not bad, people can become obsessed with it, which is basically putting the universe as this thing separate from you up on a pedestal. And if you think from that frame of mind, you're not in a healthy relationship with it, because you think, again, you're beneath it. You think it's separate from you. You think that, miracles have to happen for it to work with you. You don't realize that it is you. It's part of you. So again, when we're talking about the Tao, it's this state of, the Tao is the non-being infinite potential. And then the 100 things is, upon birth, is the being. So it's going from non-being, potential, infinite potential, into being, into the material world. And if you've studied or read a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza's stuff, he kind of talks about this too, moving from this place of nothingness, just potential, non-material, whatever it is, to being, into your reality. So, it's a hard concept, because just the human mind on its own is gonna just confuse the hell out of ourselves. So we have to that's why it's good to refer back to, ancient wisdom, or something like the Tao Te Ching, ancient Chinese texts and ancient medicine, because they really had this knowledge, and they really had this ability to observe nature. In this world in 2023, we're all about consumerism and getting what we want and the quick fix, and the glossy, a law of attraction, manifestation, all these like magical words, and I can get what I want without having to work for it and things like that. But we're not truly getting it. We're not truly getting it, because we're always coming from this standpoint that we're separate from this potential. Okay, that we have to do certain things to still meet certain goals, to get things into our lives, and we can become bitter, we can still become frustrated, we can, like I said, pretend that we're doing it the right way, but there's still underlying layers of frustration. And if we have poor relationships with ourselves, and we don't recognize ourselves as the universe in a cup, then we're always going to probably not have things reflected back to us that are of our, highest potential, I guess you could say, right? Or of our higher being. And so, it's about awareness. It's about realizing that the universe is not working for you, against you. It's not conspiring against you. It's not this thing somewhere that we always think about. It is you. It's a part of you, okay? Because it's just that, when we were born, we separated ourselves from that. And it's hard to even put into words, because what is that? That is us, right? So we can't really separate ourselves from it, because we're always thinking from the human mind in that it's like a thing, but it's not a thing. It's just like nothingness. And when we think of nothingness in our human brain, we think of like less than, like nothing is not good. Like we need to have something, right? We need to have something. So that's why it's very confusing. That's why it's very complex, yet not. So, just think about it. Think about your relationship with your world, the underlying things. Is it imbalanced, And think about, take, a relationship that you have with either a significant other, husband, wife, friend, family member. Think about those relationships and apply the same concepts or tools to your reality, to your universe, and realize that it's like, because you are it, it's constantly like, you have to be adaptable, right? And you have to know yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself, because then, things will show up, okay? You have to be transparent. Otherwise, you're gonna have a lot of just junk and muck come up that maybe you didn't see before, because you've kind of pushed those things down. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, not too confusing. I just want to say, if you are really trying to better your life, manifest things into your life, manifest your ideal life, just think about it from the point of view of the Tao, of infinite potential, and not from the point of view of, I need to check off this list of things I need to do, I need to do, I need to do, I need to do. No, you don't need to do because you already are. So anyway, hope you have a great day. Hit that like button, subscribe. I put out new videos every single week for you on all kinds of topics, and really appreciate you watching this channel, definitely. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.